What's good, boys? Today I'm just going to do a real quick recap. Obviously, I did lose today, and I will go over that real quick. But I'm going to pretty much show you my thought process and this analysis that I posted on my Discord. At the beginning of this week, I was expecting these smooth highs to be taken, which are now the prior week high of week. The smooth highs, prior week smooth highs, pretty much. I was expecting these going into this week posted on my Discord. So join that. That'll be down in the description. If you haven't already, you're missing out if you aren't in it. Right, so going into this week, why I was bullish expecting these smooth highs, right? Because ICT likes to talk a lot about these smooth areas in price. And, he is not wrong. Smooth areas in price are where, the market makers, they target. Retail stops are under equal highs and equal lows. So if you're able to, find areas in price that are smooth and relatively equal, price will typically target those areas, right? And pretty much looking at last week's price action, we have the low of week formed on, I believe this was Tuesday, right? So this was, no, yeah, this was Tuesday, the Tuesday manipulation, right? So we had this huge dump on Tuesday. Wednesday, ES ended up taking the Tuesday low. NASDAQ failed to do so. That's an SMT. That pretty much means manipulation. You want to see a reversal from there, right? And as you can see, we have three SMTs, right? We have stacking bullish SMTs on the high time frame. And this told me, that we are most likely going to go into this week pretty bullish. And once again, today, overnight, Asia, pretty much near Asia open, 30 minutes after Asia open, we swept this low from the prior week on ES, but NASDAQ failed to do so. Again, that is SMT, high time from SMT. So we had this manipulation lower, and then we inverse this fair value gap at 9 a.m. this morning, and we formed this really clean unicorn. If you don't know what a unicorn is, it is pretty much a breaker block and a fair value gap aligned. And as you can see right here, we tapped to it to the tick. And where are we going from here? We're going to the prior week smooth highs like I anticipated in my analysis. All right, so going real quick into the loss that I took today. Let me load up my... Okay, so today I wasn't really focused on the smooth highs that I just showed. I was more bearish, expecting a possible manipulation as it is Tuesday, a possible manipulation lower. Because I did not believe that this SMT, and I did learn something today. I did not believe that this SMT that I marked out earlier that we formed at Asia was enough for us to push higher. So I wanted to kind of see it push lower for us to possibly sweep out all of this sell side from last week and then continue higher. We obviously didn't get that, but dude, my mouse is so cooked. I'm on my like rinky-dink laptop, so pardon me, boys. Okay, so we have Sunday's smooth highs. That was many of the people's in my Discords their target yesterday. They want to see smooth highs taken. I was bearish the entire time. Once we got to about like right here, I kind of switched my bias to 50-50. But pretty much, yeah, I wanted to see lower prices from the jump of the day, and that was in my analysis as well. So Asia manipulated lower, formed the SMT, then we just chopped for the rest of the night. London came. Again, no SMT, no London manipulation. So what does that mean? You want to see a New York manipulation. If there is no London manipulation, you want to see a New York manipulation, also known as the Judas swing. Right? So I wanted to see a high time from SMT form during the opening of New York. And that is pretty much what I waited for, right? So as you can see, we have, again, ignore that there's SMT right here because I was wanting to see lower prices at the time. That was my bias. I was looking at this low. So sell stops are here, a lot of stops right here, just really obvious lows, right? And this is what tricked me up right here. Right, we have smooth lows right here. And as you can see, we were holding these bissies. We were holding these 15-minute bissies. And again, after news release, we made another 15-minute bissie. And we whipped into it strong rejection off of the bissie before we closed, pretty high up in the candle, right? And what tricked me up was that we had bearish SMT right here on the high time frame. And what I messed up with was trying to force a trade, right? Pretty much my model consists of a high time from, like, I need any form of SMT, but typically, most of the time, I want to see a high time from SMT. The only time I would look for a low time from SMT and actually use it to enter into a trade is when price action is really obvious and I know exactly where price is going, and it can't go the other way. Like if we're like, it just makes sense 100% that we're going to go lower. Um, and yeah, so once I saw this break right here, this protected high, this SMT protected high get broken right here, I was still super, super bullish or super, super bearish because these smooth lows. And the thing is that I didn't realize was that we ended up forming SMT at these smooth lows. And when you form SMT at like smooth lows like these, typically price will negate it for the time being, right? So yeah, okay, we just took out all this buy side right here. Now we may target these smooth lows, right? But I just, I don't know how I didn't see it, but once we broke this bearish SMT right here, the only high time from bearish SMT we have right here, we ended up forming the bullish SMT right here. We're expecting the 50-minute BIST once more, and now we just ignore the smooth lows. All right, so this was our Judas swing right here, and we get a continuation higher. What is this? IOFED. IOFED is pretty much when price barely taps into a high time frame fair value gap, right? So as you can see right here, we literally tap into the fair value gap by like a tick, and we continue higher. That's a institutional order flow or institutional order. Yeah, I was right. Institutional order flow anti-drill. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so yeah, pretty much we get a retracement into the fair value gap, and we get a continuation higher to not only the prior day, Monday's accumulated PM session highs, which is LRLR, as well as the Sunday's smooth highs. All right, and let me go real quick into the trade that I actually took, holding that bearish bias. All right. So I was on the 1 minute. I saw this really shitty one minute SMT. Again, I made a lot of mistakes today. I will learn from it. And right here, we were 4 seconds away from closing below this fair value gap. All right, and this would have been my entry. This was my entry. All right, targeting, I think it was like the 15-minute BIST, an unfilled 15-minute BIST, which is like these lows. Stop loss to break even when we hit this low, just halfway. Take a partial right there as well. So it's all to our trade, right? And price was about right here. We had, I think, 4 seconds left, 3 or 4 seconds left, and I entered because we just began to dump. And we just decided to pump right back up before the close, and we closed right here. And at this point, I was already down like $160, so I'm not going to get out of the trade. I knew right when that happened that I was cooked. So I just stayed in the trade. I let it play out. I made a mistake, and I will learn from it. So let me show you all my executions real quick. And those are the executions right there. So took a loss today. It's all good. We will learn from it, and we will improve so we can come back to the market tomorrow and the day after and the day after better. So y'all enjoyed today's video. Drop a like and subscribe. And do not forget to join the Discord. I will see y'all boys later. Peace out.